Muy bien, buenas tardes. Hoy estamos con la transmisión en vivo. Hoy vamos a hablar un poco más sobre aplicaciones de inteligencia artificial. Somos la comunidad Research for Tech y somos un grupo de investigadores en inteligencia artificial. Nuestro objetivo principal es divulgar el área de inteligencia artificial en toda América Latina, enseñar tanto el lado teórico como el lado técnico, tecnológico, y también incentivar el uso responsable de estas tecnologías. Durante el año hemos tenido charlas, talleres, workshops sobre algunos full days sobre varios temas. Durante los últimos años también hemos tenido ese mismo contenido. Siempre el propósito ha sido incentivar y fomentar la inteligencia artificial. Durante ese proceso uno va conociendo diferentes colegas virtualmente o físicamente, va viajando para congresos o en LinkedIn. Vamos agregando algunos colegas que trabajan en áreas afines. Y hoy tenemos a Daniel Etucuto. Hace un tiempo ya lo agregué, nos conocimos por LinkedIn, estuvimos conversando un poco, vimos la trayectoria de Daniel, vimos que él trabaja con Computer Vision, y hoy él ha aceptado darnos una charla sobre aplicaciones de inteligencia artificial en la vida real, porque a veces la inteligencia artificial queda muy abstracta o académica, y Daniel nos va a hablar un poco más sobre todo esto. So, Daniel, you're welcome. Thanks for accepting our invitation. You can start, please.
Yeah, before I get started, um, he has left the call. Hello, please can you join the call back? Hello.
Yeah, you're online. We are using YouTube, so the people are going to see their live on YouTube. It's like here we are only both. You're the speaker and you're the moderator. So you can start.
Yeah. Um. Before I get started, I didn't hear the things you said in. I didn't hear what you said. I don't know if you can interpret it in English. Those things you said in is it Japanese or something? Hello.
Yeah, please tell me.
Yeah, like those things you say. Can you interpret it in English?
Ah, yeah, I can repeat. Of
The
course. Sorry.
community.
Okay. Sorry. At the beginning, as I mentioned about the community, we are Research for Tech. We are a Latin American community. We are researchers on AI. So our purpose, our main objective, is to promote the use of AI in the technical background, something like academy, and technological, using technologies like Docker, Python, and this kind of stuff. During this year, we organized many talks, workshops about AI. So I mentioned that I met you in LinkedIn. I saw what you were doing about computer vision, and I invite you to give us a talk. So you are welcome to start.
Oh, okay. So this is a Spanish community, right?
Yeah, but it's not a problem. Most of us speak English, so you can speak English.
Yeah, but where is the community base? You've left the call. Hello.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's like it's like your connection is bad. Yeah. I
Yeah,
was asking
you
if
can.
like
Maybe you can try
yeah,
to
go
turn
ahead.
off your camera, and you can have a better bandwidth, and you can only speak about you want to talk about.
Yeah. I'm asking where is the community base? Is it based in Spanish? Like I heard you speak Spanish, your guys.
No, but it's not a problem because most of us speak English, so you can speak English. We had before many people who speak English in the presentation, so it's not a problem.
What? Can you come again? I didn't hear you. Hello.
Sorry.
Can you again?
Try
What
to
did you
turn
say?
off. Try to turn off your camera. Maybe it's the connection. It's going to be better. Okay, nice. I said before
Yeah.
that we had many people from many countries who they speak English, so we didn't have any problem with speaking with English. Sorry, so you can speak English. You can be comfortable with English. It's right.
Yeah. I know, but is the community located in Spanish? I don't even know. Like, you didn't get to tell me all these things, so that's what I was asking.
Ah,
Um,
okay, okay. Yeah, really. Although our community is in Latin America, right? We are covering all the world because, for example, we had a presentation before from one guy from Ghana, and he was speaking English, right? And we covered this zone. So even if the community is located in Latin America, and most of us speak Spanish, it's not like we are not only covering Latin America; we're covering the world. That's why we are looking for people from different countries.
okay. The thing is, I didn't hear what you were saying. The network is very bad. Very bad. What you were saying is literally breaking, breaking, breaking. I didn't hear you. Well, I'm just I'm just gonna get started for now. So I'll be talking about solving real problems with artificial intelligence, and I'm pretty much sure um by now I've hello, can anyone hear me?
Yeah,
Okay, it's like you are going out and coming in. Yeah, um so solving real problems with artificial intelligence, and first of all, it all begins. I think most of us should already know what the meaning of AI is, and you know but I'm just gonna give a recap and then get to talk about the things I want to talk about. But I don't know if it's gonna be bad if I can focus a little bit on Africa, because I'm an African and I believe in Africa. You know. Um. So let me share my screen. Please confirm if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Hello.
yeah, I can see your screen.
Can
You're
anyone
sharing
see
now.
my screen?
Yeah, you're
Can you
sharing
see
now.
my screen? Yeah. And everything I'm gonna talk is gonna be related to computer vision. So solving real problems with AI. But before I get into that, I'm going to use this chance to talk about Computer Vision Africa. So Computer Vision Africa is a community we started, um, I think, for a year now. And what we do is that we're into like raising talents for solving African based problems, and we hold boot camps, have sessions, and then we try to like raise people up in the AI space. So we are all over Africa too, but we are more focused on computer vision. So what we do is like we aim towards raising startups that is gonna solve African based problems. That is our goal in Computer Vision Africa. So these are some of the events that we've had in the past, and also we look forward to having more other events. And also we host boot camps. So we are in Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, Rwanda, everywhere, or even in US, UK, India, Pakistan. So we have our members scattered across. So yeah. So I can now go back. Hello, can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
You keep on coming in and going out. Are you meant to be on the call, or you are meant to be out of the call? Like for
Yeah,
me to
usually
say,
it's
am I
like
supposed to be talking alone?
you are the speaker, right? I only to keep you in the call. That's why I'm leaving.
Ah, it's a bit boring staying here alone. So I'm just talking. You like a talkative. Okay, so let me just slideshow. So we all know about AI, but I'm just gonna give a little bit, just talk about it and then move on. Assuming that there are people that are in this stream and they don't really know much about AI. So artificial intelligence is a simulation of humans' intelligence just by machine. I was like, hey, this human is this guy is smart. I want to do something that's smart like him, you know. And then you try to build something that can literally replicate what the human being does in his brain. That is what artificial intelligence is about, like building stuff that literally act like a human. And then there are a lot of branches in AI, speech recognition, robotics, computer vision, which is what I love, machine learning, natural language processing, which is now becoming a big deal because of LLMs, text and translation, classification, data extraction, like beautiful soap and the rest of the things. Yep. And then computer vision is more like teaching computers to see, give it the ability for it to see. So like, hey, I'm looking at the bottle. I think I'm looking at the bottle, and the bottle is a Pepsi bottle. Or like, hey, I'm looking at the mobile phone. I think I can see a mobile phone. It is red color, it is green color. That is um computer vision, you know. And then speech. Speech is all about teaching softwares to more like what we see with Google Assistant, with X Siri, with Alexa, and the rest of them. And then natural language processing, example of it is Grammarly, ChatGPT, Claude, all these big things. Now called LLMs, large language models, because they are big. They train with billions of data sets, billions of um, languages, billions of text, billions of whatever stuff. You know, so and then there's machine learning, which is teaching software, teaching AI to learn without being explicitly programmed. You know, they learn and improve from experiences. Yeah, so that's machine learning and self-driving cars use it and the rest of them. So there's a roadmap to machine learning, which I'm just gonna talk about a little bit. You want to be a machine learning engineer, you want to be very good in machine learning. Hey, go look at this roadmap. Um, yep. So let me just show you guys real quick. So first off, you need to know a little bit of programming like C++, but Python, which is the most simplest programming language. Then you need to learn how to work with some libraries like DEX, Pandas, SQL, but most of them like SQL is not really necessary. Pandas, it is very necessary. NumPy very necessary. Skippy, Matplotlib, but yeah, they are really necessary. Then linear algebra, you need to know a little bit of, you need to know mathematics. You want to be going AI systems, system of equation, um, vectors, metrics, all those things. Then probability, statistics, also calculus. You need to know calculus. Then after that, you need to know basics of machine learning, um, linear regression, regularized linear models, logistic regression, support vector, naive bias, and then you can look at evaluation metrics, decision trees, um, a whole lot of things, and then unsupervised learning like k-means clustering, um, and then getting into neural networks, which is the father of the day currently, forward propagation, backward propagation, recurrent neural networks, and convolutional neural networks. Then from there you can switch to computer vision, you can switch to LLM, you can switch to whatever stuff you want to do with your life. You um, yeah, so that is it about machine learning. The roadmap. So but how can this be used to solve issues in Africa? I'm focused on Africa because that's where I am, but how can this be used to solve issues in the world? Let's get to expand it. How can we use this thing? Not just learning and getting good at the roadmap, but how can it be used to solve issues in Africa and also in the world at large? How can it be used to solve issues in the US, UK? Yeah, it has been used already. You can build stuff, but most people don't really believe in learning the skills to build stuff. They just believe in learning to earn 10 figures, to earn 1 million figures, 6 figures, 100 figures, whatever figure they want to earn. They are not like, hey, I'm learning this thing, so I'm gonna build something to solve our country's problem. Nah. Everyone is like, yeah, I'm learning, then I'm gonna get an internship somewhere, I'm gonna get a job, get paid, and I'm out of my country. I travel, go to New York City, go to Dubai, and live the life of a developer. But it is time we think about how to use this thing to solve your problems. So there are a whole bunch of problems you can solve with AI, a whole lot of them. Now, I want you guys to look at these problems as startups, look at these problems like things you can literally solve. So look at it from the machine learning part of it. You can solve problems in crop yield prediction. You can solve problems in disease outbreak prediction. You can solve issues in traffic flow optimization. These are real problems that we need to solve. There's enough time where we where we learn programming, learn everything just to to get a job. It's time we stand up to solve real problems. In computer vision, you can solve issues in facial recognition, lifestyle detection, like what we are doing at Dallas AI. The startup I'm running, we're into like using AI to solve issues in lifestyle farming, you know, biometric security, access control, employment, employee monitoring, like placing a camera somewhere and it looks at the employer and like, hey, this guy didn't come to work today. This guy is not happy at work. This guy came and left like early. A whole bunch of things. Automated grading in education, fire smoke detection, remote monitoring, a whole lot of things. These are all problems that we can solve. We can solve. Sentiment analysis, chatbots for customer service, document summarization, language, name ethnicity recognition. Like there's a whole bunch of things. We just need to sit down and see how we can use all these things to solve issues. In AI, in Africa, in US, in every part of the world at large. You know. Um. Okay. So having looked at that, firstly, I like saying this thing. It is always advised by me, then by my boss, that as a developer, it's the wrong idea to actually chase money. I think it is better if you can chase problems and you try to solve them. Because once you chase problems, because look at this, money is not literally chasing people, money is chasing problems. Money is chasing problems. Like if you can solve a problem, then money is gonna follow after you. And you can only do that by solving real problems, solving hard and real problems, complicated problems, solving problems that have not been solved before, solving problems that people hardly solve, people run away from. You just got to look around yourself, look around, and then use the little skill that you have to see how you can solve real problems, to see how you can solve real life problems, to see how you can solve problems with the little skill that you have. Because we have the power to make our continent, be it Africa, be it anywhere you are, make it big. But it all starts by solving small problems. We all have it is possible that this can actually make us get big in our own ways. But what happens most of the times is that we go by following it wrongly, by chasing problems instead of trying to sit down to look at how we can use the skills that we have to solve real problems. You know, we just go ahead to pursue money. You know, imagine if your friend, you're able to have like I'm tailoring this to my country, to Africa, because of the companies and you know. So let's say you are in a place like India, and some of these places. Imagine five Googles there, just because you're able to raise companies that can solve problems. You know what I'm saying? That can solve real problems. Because for me, the goal of everything is raising startups that eventually turn to companies that are going to solve real problems, and the money comes to it by itself. So I believe in solving problems, real problems with AI, and there are a whole bunch of problems you can solve. Just go sit down, look around yourself, look at the issues around, and then think if you can solve them. So, um, that is all for me. You know, that is all for me. If you want to learn AI, these are the basic things you need to know: Python, C, C++, polynomials, matrix, and calculus. So that is it for me right now. Um, yeah, that is it for me. Thank you so much. So look around, and then see how you can use this skill that you have to solve real problems. Just look around and see how you can use have to solve your problems. There are a whole bunch of problems around every continent, especially in Africa, where we have a lot of things to solve. We have a lot of things to solve. We have a lot of big problems that hasn't been solved. Yeah. So take home for this. Don't chase money, chase problems, and then look around yourself and see how you can use the skills you have to solve real and hard problems. I'm open for any question.
Okay, so you finished, right?
Yeah,
Okay, thank you, Daniel, for the presentation.
yeah,
I have many questions about Africa because we have a big distance between us, and something that is interesting in Latin America is that we are close, but it's like we don't work together most of the time, right? I think could be a similar context or scenario than Africa. So this is a challenge, like you mentioned. We have a big country, a big continent, and we have similar problems, and we need to solve these problems, and we can tackle the problems using AI. Something that could be interesting for us is understanding what are the main problems in Africa, or maybe in Nigeria, right? You you can discuss, you can talk more about that.
yes. So I think there are a whole lot of problems in the healthcare sector, in agriculture, in life, in road transportation. There are problems everywhere. It is enormous. There's a whole lot of problem in Africa. You can't even, and that is why most times I feel happy to come from Africa because yeah, I'm lucky. I'm lucky to be the one that is gonna solve those problems. If I, you know, there's a lot of problems. So look for instance, you go out of your house and then you can't detect if there's gonna be we have sometimes like you just go out and then there's an accident. The rate of accidents in some states is really high, and that is because some traffic rules are not being followed. Some of them are being ignored. But if you can build an AI that can literally predict all this and tell when these accidents are going to happen and what someone can do to avoid them, or which of the road is from the past that has said has too much accidents happening and the rest of the thing. Or you can build an AI in the agricultural sector that can predict pests in crops. Or you can build an AI that can detect roads that are bad, that can detect if a house structure is built properly. A whole lot of things like the problems are there are plenty. There are a whole lot of problems. You can build an AI in the health sector to help someone to check for something like to check if they are sick or not. You can just build a computer vision model that can look at someone's picture and detect if the person is okay or not, detect the kind of sickness the person has. So there's a bunch of things you can do. There's a whole lot of things you can do in Africa.
Yeah, because something that is important is to consider that AI is not the key for everything, right? There is one movement in some places where you can see a lot of AI. They talk about a lot of AI, and I think that maybe the idea or the mistake can come from industry. They think that AI can solve everything, and it doesn't work like that. AI can solve some problems that they discovered. They are well documented, and supposedly they have data, right? Because if you don't have data, you are not going to do anything. This is a great issue in the industry. Thinking about AI can solve everything, and it's like a genius, like a magic. Everything is going to happen. You have a
I'm not
similar
hearing
context like
you.
in Nigeria.
You're cracking. You're
You have a
cracking.
similar. Uh huh. It's like, for example, I met a guy from Spain, right? He wanted to build a system for the management of the buildings, right? Because they are renting the rooms. He was thinking, I could use AI to solve my problems. Okay. And I asked him, did you identify the problems you have? You have data, you have processes well structured. And he told me, it doesn't matter. AI is going to solve anything. Okay. But it doesn't work like that, I explained for him. And even if you can think that AI can solve, it can solve some problems, not all the problems. And it could be very cost, right? The cost can be very high because you need to do many things like the collection of the data, analysis of this data. You are going to build the models. You need to do the testing. You need to do the deploy. You need to do maybe refeed the cycle because you want better metrics and you need to monitor all these things. And this is going to increase the cost of the project, right? I don't know if you have some example that you know in Africa or maybe Nigeria that you have made before.
Um. So yeah, I think I've mentioned some problems already to you. But the thing is, for AI to solve problems, like you said, AI cannot solve all problems. But if you give it data set, you see it can solve it. If you give it enough data set, you see it can solve the problem. It is just a battle of, giving it what it needs, feeding it, giving it food. What AI eats
Mm-hmm.
is data set. That's what AI survives on. Like, hey, have you given me my food? I'm not eating. You're giving me. You want to train an AI with 20 images. So, there's a whole lot of things. So you said I should give you an example. So let me show you. Maybe I don't think you heard what I was saying, but I'm not gonna give you one, which is what one of sometime I've been in for some time now. So if you can see my screen,
Yeah, I can see it's loading.
I think your network is bad. So this Balance AI is my startup. All we are trying to solve, we are trying to build a solution to detect um sickness in livestock, to detect if an animal is sick, to detect if
Mm-hmm.
the animal is eating very well and the rest of it. And we've been doing it for quite some time now. So these are some of the things. This is just one of them. And this is just in the agricultural sector. You know, there's a whole lot of other things that you can, try to build. So is it that you guys want to build something to solve African problem? Because I can help if that's what you guys are looking for. At least I know the problems. I know a lot of problems. I know I've mentioned some of them, but I know a way of how I can help you guys to implement them.
Yeah, I have seen some solutions for these kind of things, like monitor uh, animals, right, in the farm. Even there was one girl who was working with IoT, something like you put some
Mm-hmm.
sensor in the cows, and you were monitoring the cows, if they were suffering something, and you can predict some behavior and maybe take some actions. So I have seen before these, not the same that you showed, but related applications. I have a last question that I like before. You mentioned that you have like a community, right? Computer Vision Africa.
Yeah,
Maybe you can talk more about.
yeah,
It's like you have regular meetings monthly. You have done some projects already. Please share more
yeah.
about that.
Oh yeah, I think I spoke about it. Maybe you didn't see when I spoke about it. So let me just talk about it. So sorry, hold on. So our Computer Vision Africa, we are just into like
So,
raising
sorry,
talent to
Dennis,
solve
you
African
stop
problem.
the sharing. Share again.
Yes, yeah, I'm gonna share back. So yeah, can you see my screen now? I think you should be able to see my screen.
Now it's loading.
So
Nice.
okay. So at Computer Vision Africa, we are keen with the passion to share like computer vision knowledge and then to raise startup to solve African problems. These are some of the events that we've had in the past. Some of the sessions that we've had, like this session with my friend from France, and then He's my guy from India. He's my guy from US. And what we do is like we have sessions, and then we also have like boot camps. And the goal of everything is like for us to see how we can train people, and then use the skill the people learn from the boot camp, and then try to see how we can use it to solve Africans' problem. You know, and we are 900 people plus right now in the community as I'm speaking to you. And so these are some of the old events that we've had in the past. And then this is the boot camp we had beginning of this year. We're gonna have one this year again and next year. Um, this was a 1 month boot camp and everything is for free. You know, everything's for free because one of the issues that we also have in Africa is lack of finances to run to pay for some of this knowledge base, pay for some of these skills. But I saw that as a problem. I'm like, okay, no problem. I'm gonna come up and see how I can share this for free. And a lot of people have benefited from the community. We have come a long way, and with the plan of raising at least 100 startup by next year, and with community members of 800 plus 900 people right now all across Africa. You know, so um, that is what we do. And if you go to our LinkedIn, I just opened the LinkedIn recently, actually, just I think this month. I've been running for a year now. So these the latest event we've had, which is not um in that slide. This event we had last week Saturday, and this is our monthly Monday meetings, and then which I'm gonna need to resume this, and then this is my partners, and this event we had recently, which is on CV Open Computer Vision. And this is some other event. So we do a whole lot of boot camps and things, you know. So that's what the community is about. Yeah. And we are
Thank you very
across
much.
everywhere in Africa. We're in
Yeah,
Nigeria, Ghana, like a lot of countries in Africa.
I think it's very important this kind of
Yeah.
work because we need to gather people to solve real problems, right? And sometimes, like a graph, we are
Yeah.
very disconnected in many different cities, but we need a community to help us to be together. And of course, sharing this knowledge that we know, the things that we have learned before, because we can replicate this knowledge in other people, and we can promote that these people can share this knowledge that they got again. And it's like a chain, right? That's why it's important to have a community and to promote these kind of things. I know that there are many efforts in Africa working with that, different languages, different technologies, but this is the purpose. We want to promote technology. Even in our community, we believe that we can promote economical development through technology because if people can use technology properly, and they can learn, of course, they can have better
Yes.
jobs, they can have better positions, and this can improve our economies, right?
Yeah, so yeah, that's true. That's really true, how we can use the community to solve
Okay,
problems
I'm
because
going to
you know
share the link of the community just to have here.
yeah,
It's going to be recorded. So, Daniel, thank you very much for accepting the invitation. Thank you for sharing what you have done before. And I hope we are going to
yeah,
see in the future. Maybe I can give
for
a talk in
sure.
your community.
Yeah. Would you be free to talk next week? I can do that.
Yeah, we only need to arrange a time because we are in different zones and this could be something, sometimes a challenge. But this is the
Okay.
purpose
Yeah.
of all of that. Meet people in all the world, share ideas, and
Yeah.
connect.
Okay. So I'm gonna set for next week Saturday. Next week Saturday. No problem. I really appreciate the time, and I'm gonna share this with our guys too.
Okay. Thank you very much again, Daniel, for accepting my invitation. I hope to see you again here. I'm going to speak some Spanish now. Eso ha sido todo por hoy. Daniel nos ha hablado un poco más sobre aplicaciones que él desarrolló, sobre la comunidad de Computer Vision África, y nos vemos en la próxima transmisión. Buenas tardes. Hasta luego. Chao, chao.